So far, what are you giving X-Men 97?
Between a 7 and 8.
I'm with you on that one.
I think I like the story. I like where they're heading, but a lot of it feels all over the place. Like they don't really know what direction they want to go in. They just kind of just bounce back and bounce between event to event, which is kind of like the original X-Men was as well.
Yeah.
So I can't complain about that too much, but it does, like I said, feel all over the place. But once they hone in on a story, that shit is amazing.
I'll say the last episode kind of is bringing it together because they're explaining stuff. It's just happening fast. The pacing is just very fast paced.
That's probably what it is, the pacing to me, because they went from sending Jean and Scott's kid to the future to the next episode, he's Cable, and none of it was really explained, which is fine. I'm not going to sit here and critique
I still think that that's going to be explained later.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm not going to be too heavy on that right now. It's just that it seemed like it was just a drop in the pond. It was like, all right, this drop in the pond, he goes into the future. This drop in the pond, he comes to warn them. Way too late, but to warn them about what's about to happen, and then get sucked right back into the future. It kind of was like, it's like they're dribbling in bits of story to connect it all later, which is fine. So I will have a more concise critique in the future if they don't hone in on the story more about certain aspects that's kind of left in the wind right now. Mm-hmm. But as it stands right now, I feel like they're just kind of establishing a story to connect everything together later on.
Yeah, I honestly feel like they're doing that because if you watch the last episode, which is episode 6 that just came out, they kind of added something in there. And you know what's so funny? I was just like, they wouldn't have done this if they weren't going to talk about this. I don't want to say it because you haven't watched it.
I do like that boy. Cyclops is a nasty nigga. That nigga was mind fucking his wife's clone.
Well,
I get it. You had a kid with that person.
It's yes, bro. But I'll say this. For them to be older, I still feel like Cyclops didn't handle that correctly.
No, not at all.
Because I'm just like, bro, I understand what you're saying. You still built rapport with this woman. My nigga.
Your original rapport was to the original.
Yeah, and you threw her to the side quick.
Swiftly. Like, you know they still have the same genetic makeup, right? You would have had this kid with the original. It would have been the same kid.
I don't know about that.
Probably not. I'm just talking shit.
Yeah, I was about to say, no, I don't know
it's
about
still
that
this.
one.
It's just that shit kind of threw me off. I'm like, he's mind fucking his wife's clone. That's so that's fucked up. It's cheating to a whole nother level.
That's kind of like, but my thing is this: it's invasive on her part, nigga. Because my thing is, I don't have these powers. If I was doing that actively, that's fucked up. Now, him not saying anything is fucked up too. But it wasn't like he was doing this and then was still very close with the original. He was distancing himself.
Now you got me saying it wrong.
Distancing himself from her. I ain't gonna even lie. As soon as I seen that shit, I was just like, hey, Wovey, yo, Logue, go pick up the pieces.
He really did too.
Well, no, he still was a real nigga. He was just like, hey, bro, you know the rules. Can't even fuck with you.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I love that, though.
Yeah, and
I wouldn't have thought of that of the original X-Men's Wolverine. I would have felt like that nigga would have took full advantage.
Well, I think this is...
I could be wrong because I don't remember a lot about the original.
Well, this is later from the original.
Yeah, I know.
So my thing is they built up this. It wasn't just... If that was the original, yeah, he would have jumped on it. But this is just a later on story from that one. So a lot of things have happened. So he built that wall. He had to because this nigga was very vulnerable with her. He loved her. He had a fucking picture in his room about this girl.
Which is still the craziest thing.
This nigga turned Cyclops' car into a topless. This nigga was wilding.
He really was. And we already didn't had a whole video about that.
So my thing is
hilarious.
So my thing is this. He built these walls already to not get himself hurt. So for him to be able to not get himself hurt, he has to put in action, put those walls up. So he was just like, hey, nah, that ain't my nigga, but I made before in my mind that I can't fuck with you. Now, if you still trying to push that shit later, you still trying to push the issue, hey, I can't do nothing about that.
I like how he has more standards for a man he hates than most niggas have for their homeboys. Let a homeboy go to jail. How many niggas of his own niggas gonna be on that man's girl in a heartbeat?
Well, I've seen that in many cases.
Exactly.
But these niggas don't got power, so hey, you can't do that, dog. You can't do that.
I got adamantium bones. Fuck with me.
Yeah, straight the fuck up. I'd be like, hell no, bro. I can teleport somewhere else. I'm good.
But yeah, that was my favorite story element, just the gene clone
I ain't
part.
gonna even fucking lie. I was so hyped when I saw Nightcrawler. That was, as a
hell
kid,
yeah.
my first favorite person was Cyclops, just because I thought the power was cool. Like he can shoot eye lasers. I don't know why I was so
They made
fascinated by that.
They made him so much more cold than this. When he was falling out of the sky and did the eye lasers to parachute his way to the ground, like, this nigga is cold.
And he's like, to me, my X-Men. This nigga kept saying that shit, and then this Magneto was like, to me, my X-Men.
Magneto don't have to come in that hot, though.
Yeah, Magneto's a real nigga, bro. Because he actually felt when Storm ended up getting her powers taken.
Oh, yeah, he was about to.
Felt. And then for him, this showed so much progression on his behalf. For him to not lash out and go doomsday on these niggas shows so much restraint. Because I'm telling you, bro, them humans would have got toyed with if it was me, bro. I don't care if I had all these lessons. If you was Professor X, I would not be listening to your motherfucking bullshit. I'd be crashing out right now.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Hell no.
All that progression would have went right out the window. I would have flung them niggas into space. It would have been over.
I'd have been doing some crazy shit to these niggas.
Like, nah, his progression is insane. That's like Vegeta levels character progression.
Well, my thing is he did that just to really show, it really shows the relationship that him and Charles had. Because he respected him that much that he was just like, my nigga, this is against my nature. But since it's against my nature so much, I'm going to try to do what Charles do, do it his way. I still feel like his shit is dribbled in there, though.
Who's?
Magneto.
His what? His story?
No, his own thing that he wants to do.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You can still see that the arrogance that he holds all over him. He just has honed it in more and tamed it more, but it's still there.
Now, like, my thing is when they was talking about Ganesha, that nigga was just like, bro, Charles wouldn't have went with it. He would have went with being the leader, in my opinion, but he wouldn't have went to the point where he was just like, I felt like he took advantage of Rogue.
Yes,
because
definitely he did not have to do that.
So
they would have accepted him all the same, or not have accepted him, either or, all the same without Rogue being next to him.
I don't know. I think no, it looked better having one of Charles's students there.
Oh, it definitely looked better, but why did it have to be damn near a marriage?
Hey,
that was unnecessary. You could have picked any X-Men to be next to you, to rule next to you, without it having to be Rogue specifically. Who? Anybody.
Who?
Storm would have been perfect, but she wasn't around.
Yeah, Storm would have been perfect.
Yeah. Jean was out of the pick.
Yes. Jean could have been decent, but Jean ain't there yet. She's not mentally stable right now.
I mean, what about the Jean that is there already, though?
No.
Like, they don't know that that's a clone.
Yes, they do. They got a different name for her.
I'm talking about the human people.
Oh, but my thing...
They don't know that's a clone. All you have to do is just say this
shit,
is
the mutants is like, nah, fuck that bitch. this bitch crazy. Nah, And you can see this, like, bruh, as soon as she figured out she was a clone, she dipset and Sinister had a little hold on her, so I understand that, it wasn't completely just her. But we seen that you slipped. You are definitely susceptible to, like, manipulation. Everybody is, but to a certain degree.
Scott definitely manipulated her.
Yeah, so my thing is she wouldn't be a good one for me. And honestly, Scott wilding right now. So
crazy.
I don't even think he would have been a good pick. And Jubilee, fuck no. Wolverine, nah. So I don't.
Wolverine is too much of a wild card anyway. So I guess Rogue is the only option.
Yeah.
Still, that just is so messy though.
I'll say that him going to the magnitude of saying you could be my queen, you could have just been like, hey, nah, she just gonna rule with me also, and I'm not gonna take that step.
Yeah, that was the messy part. Was she doesn't have to be all of that. Just say this person is gonna in equal parts gonna rule with me, gonna be the president of whatever this is supposed to be next to me, so that we have somebody there that can be a counterweight for me.
Yeah.
Without it having to be this whole arranged marriage bullshit that you got going. This is just you satisfying your sexual urge, basically.
To a certain
nasty degree. Nigga.
Hey, bruh. Like, she probably put it on him, and she got multiple powers. Nigga.
He gonna tell her girl go touch Mystique real quick.
And let's be, I'm gonna get very inappropriate.
Oh my God.
Nigga, let's be real. She has not been touched.
I feel like I should cut this.
That part, yes.
I'm probably gonna cut this.
But let's be real, nigga. That is pristine pussy right there, dog. She's an older woman that has never been touched. My goodness. My goodness. That, like, she could have changed him. That's why I feel like she was a perfect counterweight to him, because she probably got that snapping turla.
Jesus Lord.
And he was just like, hey, I'm about to kill all humans. Are you sure, Petit? I'm like, oh, she's right. She's right. Mm-mm. So, yeah, I think she was actually the best choice, but how he went about it was a little selfish.
Extremely selfish.
Mm-hmm. But this nigga Gambit was getting down, bruh. And then this 3-headed monster came and just ruined everything. I hope Magneto is not dead.
Me too. He's definitely needed.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope he isn't. We'll
That
I
first
haven't watched the next episode, so I don't know.
That first episode, well, nah, they went to a completely different story.
Okay, cool.
So I know on the first episode, bro, that was just gems after gems, bro. Because I don't give a fuck, bro. The hardest part, I know he said to me, my X-Men, him doing the laser to stop himself. But when they were surrounded, he said, tell him the forecast. And then this Aurora Storm came out, this motherfucker just spitting bars. She said, me destroying you, I'd have nothing to gain, but I have storm and rain. I was like, Storm, kill this nigga. Kill this nigga.
But I got storm and rain.
She was turning sand to glass. I was like, bruh, Omega level threat detected. I was like, oh
she
my
is
God.
an Omega level threat.
Mm-hmm.
I have forgotten that Storm was really like that.
That's how J. Cole and Drake felt. Omega level threat detected. Drop it, give me 50. Drop it, give me 50. But no, I have been enjoying it.
Yeah, they are doing this justice. Mm-hmm. I didn't think Disney had it in them. I'm not even going front. I didn't think they had it, especially after the fumbles they've been having recently.
Yeah,
in the last like couple years. Mm-hmm. This is different.
Yeah, and it's so
feels
crazy.
Like the original.
I've been like, before this came out, all I seen was just bad reviews before it dropped. It was so many people that was like, this isn't going to be good. Even now, like the younger generation, like, oh, X-Men 97 is messing up because of this. This is for 30 and up niggas.
Yes.
This is for us.
The ones who when the original came out, we were in elementary.
Yes. This is for us, and they're doing it right.
It's for us old heads.
Yes.
The 35 and ups.
And I ain't gonna even lie, I love how they're showing that there's still progression to people's powers, because Jubilee meeting her older self inside the video game and seeing how she was fighting. And I love that. I was watching it. I was just like, bro, I hope she pick up something from her. And she was just like, I can do this. I got chills as soon as she said that, because now she see that now I have something I can work towards. Let me go in this danger room on my birthday.
Yeah, it is interesting to see, because Jubilee is still a teenager right now. So her mindset isn't on how do I improve my powers. Her mindset is on boys.
And I love that the older Jubilee, she had some wisdom with her, but she still was young because she's stuck in this bitch by herself.
Yeah.
Homie died in that game a long time ago, not doing powers. Bro, was gone.
It's interesting to see what she could do when she matures and actually takes the time to put forethought into her powers.
Yeah, she's going to be a problem. Omega level threat, not there. I don't see it. But nigga, she looked like a beast.
At the end of the day, she's still just fireworks.
Yes. Yes.
As fucked up as that's to say.
4th of July, they call upon her.
Exactly. Her power is only relevant once a year.
No, Cinco de Mayo. It'll be good there. She was like, I got Christmas down too, nigga. Shit.
Light up the block.
Oh, so I got a question for you.
What's up?
What is an underrated rivalry that you seen before that's not talked about often? Not in just anime, shows, anything. Now, I'm going to give you one. I say it's underrated just because they didn't really push on it and Shippuden. They didn't really go there. But Rock Lee and Neji was a great fucking rivalry.
That was the fact that you see how cold Rock Lee is before Neji touches the canvas, and he says, that nigga's better than me. That's my rival. The setup for Neji was so cold before he even fought. So that's an extreme underrated rivalry.
Him not being able to be as good as Neji, him having that constant reminder. We're on teams together, so I always see how you're better. That's literally adjacent, like it's parallel when it comes to Naruto and Sasuke, because Naruto was pushed to be better because of Sasuke. He created the Uzumaki Barrage because of fucking Sasuke, and he picked up that shit from Rock Lee. Well, no, he got draws by Rock Lee.
Yeah, Sasuke got draws by Rock Lee and then copied his move.
Yes, so
and then Naruto was like, I could do that.
Yes, Naruto.
It takes 4 of me to do it, but I could do that.
Like Naruto having that Dorito on his shoulder is the reason why he got better. Same with Rock Lee.
Yeah, I mentioning now that we're on that topic, I forgot how smart Naruto gets while in the tuning exams. Like, because you originally see him as kind of just the dumb goofball kid who's just a class clown. I forget that throughout the tuning exams, he progresses quite a bit. Mm-hmm. Especially because there are 2 moments that really stand out to me. When they're in the forest and they link up with Kabuto and they get ambushed by the dudes with doing the clones and like have them. Originally, he has them walking around in circles in the forest, and then he does ambush them with clones. And Naruto makes it appear as if he's just going straight forward by making a bunch of shadow clones of himself and just fighting all the clones all night. But in reality, he made shadow clones of himself and the people he was with, which is Sakura, Sasuke, and Kabuto, and had them pretend like they were still there, when in reality, they weren't hiding the whole time, and fought them all night. And waited for them niggas to pop out of the bushes. And then they all came back out and ambushed them. It's like, hold up. I forgot Naruto. First of all, that showed 2 things for Naruto. First, it showed he actually thinks. Second, it shows that was one of the moments that showed that Naruto has an immense chakra pool. Yeah. He kept that up all night.
Bro, like his chakra pool was never in question.
Getting
that extra reserve is what was crazy.
Yeah,
when he unlocked fucking Ninetales is when it got crazy.
But they were just starting to show. That was when they were starting to sprinkle in that no, this kid actually has a crazy amount of chakra. But Kakashi said when he was training them to run up the trees, he was saying then like Naruto, how is he able to keep up like this? Like he said this kid has more chakra than me right now, and he's only going to get better from here. That was when they really started sprinkling it in, but they really showed it when he was able to keep that up all night long.
Do you think that like Naruto realized that then?
I don't think so.
I'm gonna tell you, I won't say he did not realize it. I'll give you a good example, and I believe it was in Shippuden when Kakashi showed that this is what my Rasengan looks like. That shit was small. And then he showed that Naruto had his. He was just like, my nigga, it's a completely different beast.
Yeah, I think the whole time Naruto was just stubborn. But his immense chakra pool favored how stubborn he is. Yeah. Because he's just going to keep going. Even after they say, Naruto, that's enough. Stop. You're going to drain yourself. He's like, believe it! Facts. Kept going anyway. Between that and when he fought, what's his name, Kiba? Mm-hmm. When he fought Kiba, and Kiba kept throwing the smoke bombs at him. And Naruto was like, how the fuck do I beat this? And he had an idea. Transformed into Kiba as he was attacking him. So once all the smoke killed, you see 3 Kibas in there. And Kiba's like, bro, I got a nose. I can smell you. Hit Naruto, but Naruto thinking transformed into Kiba's dog after he got hit. So now Kiba's like, what the fuck? Hits his dog, that's him. He gets knocked out, transforms back into the dog. Now you just see 2 knocked out dogs on the field. He's like, and Naruto comes out of woodworks and clobbers that nigga. I was like, Naruto actually is thinking.
Well, Naruto, he uses what he has the best that he can.
And even like when they were fighting Zabuza, he started to show it then when he had his shadow clones jump in on him and he knocked them all the way. And then that split second, he had one of his shadow clones turn into the little thing that Sasuke threw?
Yes, like
Stuffed it in his book bag and then threw it at Sasuke. And Sasuke's like, "Oh, this is what your plan is." He threw it at
But that tells you, I ain't trying to jump on his side, but that tells you how quick Sasuke can pick up shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Sasuke, I'm sorry, when it comes to like potential, that man had mounds of it.
Oh, for certain. My only thing about Sasuke is, this is going to sound like hate. I'm not hating. It's just Sasuke's potential was always there, but for everybody to be on him without him really proving himself yet, like, what's his name? Rock Lee approached him and was like, "Fight me now." Why? What has he done yet, really? Got good grades, sure. But you hadn't seen what he's done yet. And
Bro, no, because the girls liked him. That is the reason why them niggas
But he
was hating.
said, like, this would be a test for me. Rock Lee was like, yeah, me fighting you would be a test for me. Let's go.
Well, he's an Uchiha.
And that was also what Rock Lee said. You're an Uchiha. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, but that don't mean that he was like...
Because up until that...
If I'm being real, I feel like everybody in the village was just going to compare him to his older brother. Everybody knew about Itachi. That nigga had a fucking reputation.
Yeah, that could be what it was.
And Itachi was his age, going harder.
True. But my only thing, I guess I'm looking at it from the perspective of the audience. Because if I'm just looking at it from my perspective, Sasuke hadn't really done anything miraculous up until that point yet. Besides, he unlocked his Sharingan, which is a rare thing. What they were saying anyway was it was a rare trait to have in his clan. But nobody else in the village knew that he had unlocked it yet besides Kakashi. Mm-hmm. So the only thing he really did was he fought the dude that was Zabuza's
Haku.
He fought Haku. And in that fight, Naruto did more.
That's true. But my thing is, your name carries.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, like, let's be real.
That,
they expected so much out of Hinata, and fucking Neji was the better.
By leaps and bounds.
Yeah, but Neji was like the lower family.
Yeah.
So, of course, that can attest to just the name alone. Uchiha name itself, like, carries a lot of weight. And let's be real, their parents are going to tell them stories when they're a kid. They're not going to tell them the worst ones. But I'm pretty sure all of them know what an Uchiha is.
Yeah. I suppose that's just what it was. I'm just looking at it from the audience perspective.
Yeah, like the audience perspective, of course, you're going to be like, bro, Sasuke hasn't done anything. Why is it like that? But they tried to build him up like that early just to let you know that, hey, he going to be something.
Yeah, he definitely gets there. I was just, in the beginning, I was just like, this nigga's overrated.
Hey, yo, real shit, this made me think of something because I feel like Kakashi was a very good sensei. That nigga Jiraiya was the best sensei.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Somebody in the comments of one of our videos recently said that Kakashi showed favoritism towards Sasuke.
Yeah.
Which is very true, but think about it. What could Kakashi do with Naruto? Jiraiya was the perfect
It wasn't like they had that lined up for him.
Oh, no, don't get me wrong. I'm well aware.
He was showing favoritism to Sasuke before that.
Oh, he definitely was, but it still made sense. This is not chastising the comment. Mm-hmm. The comment is the comment. He very much showed favoritism towards Sasuke. By leaps and bounds. My thing is that even if he didn't, it was only so far that I feel like Kakashi would have been able to go with Naruto.
I don't know about that one. I felt like, because even later on,
but then
him explaining the Rasengan later on shows you that he did have stuff. It's just that, like, Naruto was a wild card to him. So he just did, like, he probably wasn't thinking too deeply. And let's be real, we don't know about this yet, but, you know, he knew Itachi very closely. Mm-hmm. So he probably had an inclination towards Sasuke just because of that off rip. We don't know about this early on, but we found out later. So that probably had a lot to do with him showing Sasuke favoritism. He didn't do shit with Sakura.
And that was going to be the point that I was going to bring up. Sakura was thrown to the wind.
Yes.
Until Tsunade showed up. She was...
Same thing with Jiraiya. I mean, like Naruto. Naruto was thrown to the wind. It's just that Naruto kept showing promise. He was surprising everybody. Everybody looked at this nigga like as a troublemaker. That's the reputation he ended up building for himself. Mm-hmm. Sasuke was the perfect student. And when you have a good teacher, they always want to go to that perfect student. Mm-hmm. And they were just like, oh, I can see how great this kid can be. And then Naruto just kept surprising him.
He, even during the Chunin exams, he was like, oh, Naruto's, what happened?
Yeah.
He's not the knucklehead anymore, I see.
Yeah. And I'm just glad Jiraiya was just like, nigga, let me take this nigga under my wing.
He showed up at the perfect time.
Mm-hmm.
The perfect time for Naruto.
And let's be real, Jiraiya raised 2 fucking Kages, daddy and son.
Shit, he did.
Yes,
he really did. I forgot that. Damn, this nigga Jiraiya is good, bro.
He's a great sensei. Probably the next best is probably Lord Third. He raised the legendary Sannin.
Yeah. Shit.
Like when they come to like raising very good like pupils, them 3 did good. I think Lord Second did good too, because he had he for real shit. I know everybody keep talking shit about him being racist. He did have a Uchiha in his clan, in his fucking group. Because you remember when he died, and then he made the Hokage right then. Because you remember he stayed back to keep these niggas alive. There was an Uchiha in his group.
I didn't know that.
So my thing is, of course, his hatred towards them was real.
Severely.
But I feel like he was also a realist. He was also very like level-headed. For him to like, bruh, I put so much love on the second Hokage just because his brother was better. And he never was taken aback by that. Never got jealous by that.
I already said, you good, we good, nigga.
So this nigga was just like, well, let me start creating shit that'll be able to combat the fucking Uchiha. Him creating the flying Raijin to be able to kill an Uchiha is fucking incredible, because the Sharingan can predict your movement just from like how your muscles are moving. Flying Raijin move just teleports. You can't predict that shit. That nigga's a fucking genius, bro, because he just will teleport and he's right there. You can't do shit now. I'm just as fast. You just got to predict me from like further away, or predict my muscle movement to be able to figure out what I'm gonna do. What happened if I'm right in your face, nigga? Right in your face, nigga.
Predict this bitch.
Facts. All right, now we know that there were a handful of ninja that they put. Look, I ain't gonna say a handful. It was only like 2 or 3. When they were just like, nigga, if you see them, run. Who would you think, if you was in that world, who would you run from immediately if you ran into?
Orochimaru off rip.
Yeah, Orochimaru was definitely one.
He is at the top of that list.
Yeah.
Yeah, that nigga is crazy. Let you have something special he likes, you're getting experimented on for life. It's over.
Yeah.
That nigga had kids in a basement for years. They turn into adults
without seeing light.
Experimented on. That nigga is crazy.
That shit is crazy.
He is absolutely insane.
Kid Gara,
yeah. Yeah, that nigga's crazy.
Yeah, I am fucking
that
retreating.
Nigga was so terrifying. His own teammates had to walk on eggshells around him all the time, because he'll just randomly be like, oh, you inconveniencing me, you die.
Bruh, he was the only one that had that scary ass fucking OST whenever he came around. They had that shit when tense situations happened. When Gara just was there, it happened.
Right.
Bruh, and I'm gonna be real, bruh. If that nigga wasn't losing his mind, Shikamaru and Naruto was donezo when they got caught in the hallway. They lucky that nigga mental state was fucked up and he wasn't even thinking about them. He just walked past them. I'm telling you, I'd have had drawers full of shit. Bruh. Like Shikamaru and Naruto was just like, bro, we done. This is it. We ain't even that cool yet, but bro, we about to die together. And he just walked past him. I was like, bro, thank God, bro. Thank God. Now, another person that I would run from, well, I can't even say him, because he ain't gonna really try to just test you immediately. And I was about to say Killer B. I wouldn't fight him.
I wouldn't fight him, no, but he's not scary unless you're on the other end of his sword.
Like, well, they said for the Yellow Flash, just run from this nigga. That's not saying that he's just attacking. But it was a ninja worldwide thing that nigga, don't step to this nigga. If you see the yellow flash of the leaf, retreat.
Nah, who's Killer Bee's brother?
Oh, you talking about the Raikage.
He just had an attitude problem. I feel like if you looked at him wrong, he was gonna clothesline you.
Bruh. That's crazy, bro.
Because I'm thinking of people that if you just do something they don't like around them, they're gonna fuck you up. He's one of them.
You know another person I'd be scared to fight?
Who?
Kisame.
Yeah, you're another one.
Mm-hmm.
If you do something wrong, like these people that they're terrifying just because you don't know how to behave around them. Because I was gonna say Itachi, but Itachi doesn't bother you unless you bother him.
Yeah. Or if you're on a mission, he'll get you.
Yeah. So, but the unpredictable wild cards, that if you just step on a pebble wrong around them, they're gonna cut your whole limb off.
What is it? Sasori or Sasori? However you say his name.
Who's that?
The puppet dude in the Akatsuki.
I don't know.
Yes, nigga. Yes, every single weapon he had was poisoned.
It was,
bro. He was literally a nigga walking around in another nigga, bro. That shit is scary. You think he's just some hunched over nigga. As soon as you think you beat him, it's another nigga out there.
Madara for sure.
No, I am running from him.
Madara for sure. He's another one. If you just look at him wrong, he gonna send a fucking meteor at you.
Yeah. Lord second. I wouldn't fight him.
Yeah, all these people in this world that are super strong who got attitude problems just shouldn't be around.
Obito, originally, no. I wasn't too scared of him. Because he was so playful at one point.
Yeah, when he was Toby.
Yeah, he was so playful.
Yeah, and then that nigga got serious. His voice changed.
Bro, I'll never forget when they seen him and he was playful. He went and like teleport, smacked him with a stick, smack him with a stick, smack him with a stick, and everybody just like, oh, he's playful, he ain't that scared. Then his voice changed and he just left. Nigga, that was the coldest exit I've ever seen to a fight.
And for how terrifying he is, he was scared of Itachi.
Was he scared of Itachi?
He considered him a threat enough.
Considering somebody a threat and being scared is different.
I was gonna say, I don't know about scared, but he was definitely very cautious of Itachi. Which says so fucking much about Itachi.
It does. I'm still going to say Sasori because, nigga, if you run up to him, he's ready to fight you, and you cold, you in his collection now.
That nigga nah, you're right. You're right. I cave to your opinion there. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be a puppet.
Bruh.
Like, you good enough, and he's just going to turn you. He's going to fucking... taxidermy you.
Bruh, for him to go to the next level and make himself a puppet, I ain't gonna even lie, bruh. I loved his character when I first fully seen him. Because when I seen him at first, I think his partner was Datara.
Yeah.
Like Datara was, I felt like, I ain't gonna even lie, bruh. I loved his power at first too.
Yeah. I like how clever he was with it.
That nigga was just like, drop a spider on your shoulder. Katsu! Your shit gone. Your shit is gone.
You know what that made me realize too? All these characters that got all these sad backstories, like Sasori's. Like, as I was rewatching Naruto, you know what this bitch Sakura's backstory is? I got a big forehead and people made fun of me for it.
Yeah. She had parents.
Bitch, sit down.
Did they ever show Sakura's parents?
I don't know.
They definitely talked about him.
I just like how when she was fighting Ino and they were like going into the backstory, how they became friends and everything. They became friends and she's trying to make the audience feel bad because she got made fun of because of her forehead.
Hey, bro.
Naruto had no parents and Sasuke's whole clan got destroyed.
But nobody talks shit about Sasuke, though. Nigga, kids are terrible. You got a big forehead, you walking outside and don't know?
All I'm saying is,
and niggas just like, you rock a headband all the time. You don't know your shit like that. And then that one time, a girl that is your rival said, your forehead big as shit. She's like, bitch, shut the fuck. It is. Oh my God, my shit mean.
I'm just like, I'm sitting there watching.
I can look up and see my shit.
I skipped that episode. That shit made me mad.
Oh, hell no, bro.
I was like, you have two teammates who have been through the ringer and they're only like 12 and you bitching about a forehead.
Hey, bro, when you ain't ever been, when nobody ever had talking shit to you before, you built no callus. And they just said, bruh, what just walked in here before? Oh, that's her forehead.
I moved to this village and everyone made fun of me.
Nigga, all right, nigga. Every kid has gotten that one joke when they was young that they still hold to this day.
I can't let go of the fat jokes.
Exactly. Now, your backstory is crazy. That nigga got a Naruto backstory. He said, I knew every refrigerator known to man when I was a kid. Let me shut up, bro. Let me shut up, dog. I love a Samsung refrigerator.
I fantasize about stainless steel appliances. We couldn't afford it. That's why I get all of them now. Stove stopped sparkling.
I knew how to boil an egg without water. Like, damn. That's some fat shit, dog. That's some fat shit.
I hate you, bro.
But no, She didn't really have a bad backstory, which you didn't have to. It's just that people who end up being great had ridiculous traumas, and they ain't gonna say they got over it, but they still pushed on.
I'm just like I understand like kids making fun of you, all that shit, but almost every single character, the children anyway, had something that pushed them to be greater. Neji backstory, incredible. Rock Lee's backstory, this nigga had nothing. So it's like that's why
they built up to be strong characters.
And that's why you saying Sakura was weak?
Sakura was weak at first. She had no like true north. She had nothing to really motivate her. She just wanted to fuck Sasuke. She felt like she had to get stronger to do that.
And you know what was the funniest shit during the Chunin exams when they were in the forest and she was fighting the sound ninja? They gave her this moment, like she cut the hair off. She's like, I gotta be strong. And you know what this bitch did? A bunch of substitution jutsus and then bit a nigga.
Hey, she did what she could.
Oh, I'm well aware. It was just hilarious that like, shit, she about to finally get her moment. Got her whole side of her head caved in.
But she showed her tenacity.
Very true.
And it showed that she had something. She just didn't have a sensei who gave a fuck about her.
Until
Tsunade came. And let's be real. When it came to that medical shit, she was just as, if not better than Tsunade.
She's better.
Now, Tsunade, she had a good example of a strong ninja with her grandfather.
Yeah.
Sakura didn't have shit.
I feel like what Kakashi was doing with Sakura was like, he saw the potential she had, so he was like, she'll be fine. Just let her flap in the breeze.
Same thing with Naruto, I guess.
I don't know about Naruto. I feel like he ain't like Naruto. Not really.
My thing is, like, I ain't gonna take away, like, everybody loves Kakashi. I love Kakashi. But you did show favoritism towards Sasuke. You did, like, you went and trained with him by himself.
Was this before Jiraiya? I don't think it was before Jiraiya.
No, because he knew Chidori before Sasuke. Sasuke knew Chidori before Naruto knew Rasengan. Wait a minute, I may be messing up because
I think they learned those roughly around the same time.
Because the first time he brought out Chidori was against Gaara. I'm messing up this timeline right now. Because I'm thinking that right when he did it, because you remember when he did Chidori, when he shelled up in that sphere, and he did Chidori, and then that nigga lost his fucking mind when he bled for the first time.
Yeah.
That nigga said, I bleed just like these peasants. I was like, nigga, you tripping in that circle, nigga. You tripping in that ball right now. And then that's when the little Shukaku arm came out of the middle because he was stuck in the arm for a minute. Then he did Chidori to pull his arm out. And then the arm from Shukaku came out, and then he dodged out the way. I'm trying to think, when did the Shukaku go crazy, though? Because Naruto knew how to do, he knew how to summon the toads by then. Because he used the toad to beat Gaara then.
It was... So Naruto had to have learned it after that.
What, Rasengan?
Yes. Because I think after that, that's when Jiraiya took him to go find Tsunade, and he was teaching him the Rasengan then. Because
the first time he did Rasengan was against Kabuto.
Yes.
And
he was learning it.
I'm going to be real, bro. Kabuto ain't shit. Because for you to literally get hit by Rasengan, but still have the wherewithal to put this nigga's stump, like, fucking heart in his ass, because he just touched Naruto, and Naruto's like, I did Rasengan. Passed out. I was like, bro, what did he do, bro? He fucked his organs up. I'm like, why did you do that to a child? I'm like, bro, Kabuto was slept on too, bro.
Kabuto was that nigga.
Bro, I'll never forget this shit because, you know, like, I don't know why Kabuto was so enthralled in trying to kill Sasuke. But when he was on that hospital bed, that scene was so fucking slick because, you know, they had, like, Anbu there to keep him protected. And he literally was laying on that ground and just had a clone fight Kakashi. Then he jumped out the window and then like, yeah, nigga, this is me the whole time. I don't give a fuck what anybody say. That scene alone went hard as fuck, bro.
It did.
That went hard. Oh, so I'm trying to think of like another, because I only did the one. We only said like one good, like underrated rivalry. Gon and Killua.
Yeah, from jump, those two were...
When they was getting trained with Nin, Killua was picking that shit up quicker, but Gon was right with him. But they weren't jealous of each other.
No, not at all.
Now, I'll say this. A lot of the greatest rivalries were based on jealousy. Because Naruto and Sasuke, Let's be real. Sasuke felt like he was better than Naruto the entire time until they did that little, when it was on top of the roof and they did Rasengan Chidori, and he seen him putting a dent in that water tower. And he was just like, this nigga Naruto still a bitch. Look at that look. Like, I put a hole in this motherfucker. He put a dent in that shit. He a bitch. And he jumped down. That's why I get all the hoes, Naruto. He looked back and he blew the back out that bitch. He was just like, this little nigga is a person? He was like, I'm leaving the village.
That was the moment where he's like, yeah, I gotta go. I'm not learning shit from these niggas.
He said, I gotta go around this pedophile nigga that liked me so much, but that nigga was a beast, so I gotta go to him.
That nigga was the Hisoka of the Naruto universe. Orochimaru was a nasty boy.
Like, bro, his show of force was just nasty. Him deep throating a scroll was disgusting.
I'm never gonna get over that.
I think he was still getting them kids eye contact while he was doing it. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's so sick.
That is an unneeded talent, sir. That is crazy.
Yeah, I can't think of any rivalries.
I was trying to think of one on Bleach. It wasn't like a very big like rivalry on Bleach.
No, not really.
Oh my gosh, we was talking about this earlier. A person that you would run from that. We did Naruto verse. All anime verse. We'll do that.
Kenpachi.
Kenpachi is a nigga that I would run away from.
You don't even have to look at him. You can do everything he likes, and he could just, in the spur of the moment, feel like killing something, and you are done.
Like, I'll say this: I feel like he wouldn't fuck with niggas that's weaker than him, though.
Nah, you ignoring you.
Yujiro Hanma.
I don't even watch Baki, and I know about how bad he is.
Yeah, I would run immediately and still not get out alive. I'll say this though: out of all the big threes, that shit had the best soundtracks. I don't even remember the name of this one nigga that was in Bleach, but he was the one dude that had like the wolves. Like I know
he's talking about the dude that his weapon was basically pistols.
Yes, my nigga.
Yeah,
his shit was fucking cold.
Yeah,
it like that sounds like you up at a club, at like a salsa club, and his music play. You trying to holler at a girl? Like, his shit was too smooth, bro. His shit was too smooth.
Yeah, I hate the direction that Bleach went in, because it was so good, has such good concepts. Even it was mainly just how bad the fights eventually got and how predictable it all got. Really, because Bleach, the concept was good in the beginning in a way. It was executed properly. Then this nigga just started becoming everything, and everything became sword class backstory. Teleport behind you. Either you're gonna block it or get hit.
Right, it was a movie though, when Zaraki was fighting against this one girl, and she really thought that her speed was like she was outspeeding this nigga, right? And then she threw like 2 daggers at him, and he caught them bitches. And then she thought that she was like hidden, and he just throws them. He's all the way down here. He throws them at her. She dodges them, and when she dodged back, she ran into Zaraki. I would have fucking panicked.
Yeah, I'm shitting myself after that.
Hell no, bruh.
Oh, another person to run from. What's the scientist dude in the Soul Society? I forget his name.
I didn't care for him that much, but yeah, I would run from him too.
He sees any inkling of something interesting in you. You are getting tortured.
Mm-hmm. I loved Bleach when I first watched it, and I never went back to it because I thought I hate when I love something and then become to hate it.
Yeah, that shit blows. Speaking of, back to Naruto again.
Well, no, I'm gonna go back to another person, Doflamingo.
Yeah, get away from him. Run.
Bruh, as swagged out as he is, that nigga is dangerous.
That nigga as a child was talking that shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, y'all peasants, shut the fuck up.
Oh, Caesar too. That nigga who was basically his he ate like the gas fruit.
Yeah.
But we talk about niggas who you just gonna get fucking experimented on for like the rest of your life. I just wouldn't want to be a part of that.
But nah.
But Shanks, I wouldn't want to be around Shanks. I don't think that he would just kill me. I just don't want to just pass out for no reason.
Oh yeah, that nigga.
Brother, like he had that Michael Jackson aura. This nigga just walked back, Michael, out like a light. And you're like, bro, what happened? Bro, you just saw Michael Jackson. Michael. Bro, when Shanks was around, bro, you would go to sleep and not wake up until he left.
I figured he was really that bad.
It was just his hockey, bro. You remember when he walked, nigga? Everybody has seen this scene when he walked on Whitebeard's ship, and everybody was like, "Hey, all the weak niggas go inside." It was like, why? Is he going to just attack us? No, all the weak niggas go inside right now. Niggas passing out. He's like, nah, bro. His presence just knocked niggas out.
His hockey was really that strong?
Yeah, bro. When
Did he not have control over it or was it?
If you was weak, you couldn't be around him.
That's crazy,
bro. But his hockey was so strong that it literally damaged the ship from the pressure of it. And when he's walking up with that big ass thing of nothing but sake, niggas was just dropping. He's like, "Hey, Whitebeard," niggas was like, "Who's that, Shanks?" I was like, "Damn, bro." Damn.
That nigga's crazy.
Now, I honestly believe that it might not just be he had no control over it. He's going into hostile territories. So he was just probably using it then. Yo, I ain't gonna even lie. I really do hope like Bon Clay show up later.
Yeah. Bon Clay is that nigga.
I hated him at first.
You that nigga now.
But yes. Over time, bro. They knew how to build up a character, bro.
They'll make a character you hated, make you love them.
Mm-hmm. And like certain animes do that because if I'm being real, this is when I was a baby in anime, but I had no inclination that Itachi was a good guy.
Oh yeah, they did that perfect. You knew nothing about it until after he was dead.
Mm-hmm.
The whole time he just felt like a threat. That nigga that nobody wants to fuck with. He's that cold. Even in his group, people feared him. Bruh,
this nigga literally beat Sasuke and his cataracts was going fucked up, bro. He couldn't even see that shit. That nigga was just, his cataracts was wild. He couldn't see anything.
Itachi was so terrifying. He had the #1 S-rank criminal terrified of him, Orochimaru.
Orochimaru tried him though.
He tried him. He ain't tried again.
No. He had to cut off his fucking arm to get out that shit.
Orochimaru was scared of him.
And another person, I don't think that he would just kill you unless you looked at him wrong. I don't know too much of his personality. Kimimaro, bro. When I first seen Kimimaro, I was in love with his character.
I don't think he seemed to only do things out of like an order from Orochimaru.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't really seem to I feel like if you just randomly stumbled across him, he'd be pleasant.
It's a possibility. I can't remember. I remember they showed his backstory when Orochimaru first met him. He was like, "I need your body." And he was like, "Okay, all right. I don't get why you need my body."
That nigga Orochimaru is a nasty boy, bro.
Hey, I'll give him this though. Orochimaru has a very vast understanding of jutsus. Maybe just as good as Lord Second. His understanding of the jutsus, because my thing is Lord Second knew how to do the reanimation jutsu. He created it. So maybe his understanding is better. But Kabuto knew how to manipulate jutsus. That shit is next level genius. I can't remember the two first people, like the one who had the body and then the one who had it was like Ashura and the first two, the one had the body and the other one had the Sharingan, and he figured out to weave signs you can come up with jutsus. That's next level genius. Mm-hmm. That show had next level genius minds. The IQ in that show is that's why people just say Dragon Ball Z ain't shit, because they didn't show IQ as great as Naruto in fights.
Hell, one of the perfect examples of this isn't even a fight. This was the first part of the Chunin exams when they had to take the test, and they were all figuring out what was actually going on. Just the test itself, to me, was genius.
And them figuring out different ways to cheat.
Yeah, just the test itself. Just let's make it seem like we're trying to catch them cheating, but in reality, we want them to cheat. So we see how they do it. And just the part at the end was all right, y'all, this is the last question, but if you fail this question, you can never take these exams again. You want the question? And then whoever was still there afterwards just passed. It's it ain't always about you. It's about your team as well. No, this is next level writing. This is genius writing right here.
Yeah, and Dragon Ball Z with his low IQ, when Piccolo first did Hellzone Grenade, this nigga 17 was like, "Oh, you're missing." He didn't even look around.
It was all around him too.
But I'll say you can attest that to he couldn't sense energy.
Power levels. Yeah.
He couldn't sense energy at all.
Yeah. You know what? Remember when we had that conversation about if Vegeta had better ki control than Goku? So after I made that video, my mind changed entirely. And you know why? Anytime you see Vegeta powering up for an attack, you see his ki around him going fucking crazy. Whenever you see Goku powering up to do a Kamehameha, it's calm. Mm-hmm. A lot of the times, especially when he was fighting Cell, he's ready to do the Kamehameha. You don't see his ki in his palm at all until he shoots it. You see,
he see it like right when he's saying how I made it last time. He close.
You see him in the sky powering it up, but you don't see it in his palm until he's on the ground in front of Cell.
For real? I thought he had it in his hand.
No,
it had the world shaking.
He didn't have the world shaking.
I'm pretty sure he did.
He had the world shaking when he was going Super Saiyan 3.
No, not like the world. Like his energy was still causing some type of, because everybody was scared that he was going to shoot it. So they
but because they knew how strong it was, but he didn't shake anything.
I believe he did, bro. Like rocks were lifting, everything was shaking a little bit.
I remember watching this recently because I had to use it for a video. Because if I remember correctly, even his aura was just how it looks whenever they're in Super Saiyan.
But wasn't like the earth like moving a little bit though?
No, he was in the air. The sky, nothing was happening. That is a testament to Goku's ki control. He's about to shoot his most powerful attack and nothing rattles around him. His aura is as calm as can be. That tells me Goku has vastly better ki control than Vegeta. Because when Vegeta shoots his final flash at Cell, the world is trembling. He is struggling to contain his ki. And the aura around him is shooting out like lightning down there. All around him. He is struggling to contain it. Like when he's like, you see it in his palm, it's flashing in and out. He's struggling to keep it contained in one place. Goku doing that, you don't see the ki until he shoots it.
Wait a minute. What was the original video we were talking about?
We were talking about if Vegeta or Goku had, because I had said that Vegeta had better ki control than Goku because he made up his own attacks. But
I didn't agree with you, did I?
No, you didn't. You said when they clashed during their first fight, who won that clash? And Goku won the clash. But even in that moment right there, when those two are clashing, before they shoot it off, Vegeta's in the air. You see his aura going crazy. Goku is just on the ground. Like you see the earth, not the earth rumbling, but you see the rocks and stuff starting to
because I was about to say,
but his ki is still in check.
That's why I was confused. I was like, I don't remember saying that I thought Goku had less ki control because
no, you didn't.
I'm about to say like in Saiyan, no, not Saiyan Saga, Frieza Saga, when he was fighting against Frieza, everybody was just like, well, Goku's losing right now, but he still got Kaioken. He was controlling that so well they didn't know he was using it.
Is that a fact?
Yes, because you remember when he was fighting Frieza and Frieza started catching up to him. I think it was either Krillin or Gohan that was like, well, Goku still can use Kaioken. He was like, nigga, I've been using that bitch the whole time. He was just being precise with it. He was only using it to move. Like his ki control was like that.
Yeah, so I was definitely wrong because you can tell anytime they power up them more powerful attacks, how calm Goku's aura is in relation to how erratic Vegeta's is.
Well, only time that Goku's got erratic was when he turned Super Saiyan.
And even then, like I said, if you go back and just look, the two examples that I use when he was about to clash with Goku using his Gatling gun, his ki is erratic. It's all over the place. And when he's fighting Cell and he's about to shoot off the final flash, it's erratic. Mm-hmm. It is all over the place. It's like he's struggling to contain it before he shoots off the attack.
Just like when Ginyu took over Goku's body, he couldn't even use any of Goku's energy.
He could not use a bit of it. That's why Gohan and Krillin beat his ass.
Mm-hmm. But he was just like, nigga, I've been watching this nigga fight. Why the fuck can't I bring out this energy? Like, yeah, Goku got great control over his energy. But just like I said, only time you seen Goku like almost out of control was when he went Super Saiyan. Nigga, that was...
He shook the planet.
He flashed like 4 or 5 times before he went there. And let's be real, nigga, before he went, his face was full of veins. Like, bruh, because when he changed, his face was just veined up. And then when the energy overtook it, he had a clear face. Nigga, that shit is perfect for pimples.
Going Super Saiyan.
Going Super Saiyan.
The natural acne repellent.
I was like, man, like, so yeah, I feel, well, I ain't gonna keep going into that, but yeah, I always thought Goku had better control. Vegeta just understood control later on, being around Goku.
Yeah, of course.
That's why we've
already had that conversation.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's why he understood Jiren so much. So I can tell that I'm back. I am back when it comes to watching anime again, because I have been watching a lot of different anime that came out this season.
Go on. What's good?
Now, no, you can't ask me that. Because my opinion is not what I like. It's not like, oh, this is the greatest. But like me, I told you that my preference is I love overpowered main characters. Mm-hmm. So, Reincarnated is a Slime came back out. And this was right after he ended up leaving that meeting towards him becoming a demon lord. Now, the one that I'm watching is one like the prince. Reincarnated is like the 7th prince. I love his main character because how he died originally, he was just a commoner, and then a noble who used magic came to fight against him and just dogged this nigga. And that's how he died. He was just interested in magic, but he didn't have the mana pool to be able to exert magic in a better way like nobles. Nobles are born with a high mana pool. So then he ended up being reincarnated as a prince, a noble who has a high mana pool. So this nigga, like, they said that he was walking in like 3 months, but he's a grown ass man in a kid body. But his interest in like mana and like magic just made this nigga extremely overpowered. So whenever he sees magic, he analyzes it immediately and then uses it just like that. So he has a vast understanding of magic. At first, and then he's trying to trick everybody because he's not trying to be the heir. So whenever he shows like any sort of energy, he does it in like a weak way. So like the other prince, they put him on like the field and they got all these targets and he went and shot it all perfectly and all the attendants like, oh, he a real nigga. Then the other kid shot all these ones and shot like small fireballs and made him curve off of the targets. And everybody's like, this weak ass nigga. And the other prince was like, nah, nigga. He had such precision that he curved the fireball off of each target. That nigga is better than y'all think. So then he hears a story from one of the maids that was just like, oh, y'all know, like, because they were trying to scare him. Because everybody think he's like all cute and shit. And then they had like, he a little kid, he in like the bath with all these naked women. And he's just chilling. And then they try to, this scene was hilarious to me. But they tried to like scare him. But they was like, he don't scare easy. Like when he does, because bro, I'm going to go back to that part. One of the maids are extremely good at swordplay. What he does is body tracing just to learn the swordplay. So when he's fighting against her, he's doing exactly her moves. And then he'd be like, wait a minute, let me try to do this little modification, see if I can get her. Then he'll end up losing. But he's learning it fast. So everybody knows that he's good, that all the maids that attend him. So fast forward, they're all in the bath together. And then like one of the maids are just like, oh, it's a story about this one library that's underground that they got a demon stuck in there. And the girl was like, nah, this nigga ain't gonna get scared. This nigga like shaking, but he was shaking with excitement. They were like, oh my God, this is so cute. He's scared. So that shit was like this. Fast forward, he finds the demon, beats this nigga. But the demon had a dual casting because he can make another face. This nigga tamed this demon and then put the demon in his hand so he can have another mouth to do multicasting. He already could stat cast, but he can do 2 different stat casting now that he has another mouth. And then he was like, let me try this new fucking move. He shot this energy into the air and accidentally made it nighttime.
What the fuck?
Like, bro, it shot in the air and it was like he created a fucking portal. It was like a universe in the sky. And this nigga was like, oh my God, please go away. Please go away. This nigga is so strong. And then when he seen a girl doing martial arts, and you know how if you watch any type of martial art anime now, they just like, oh, it's the breathing that gives them the key. Mm-hmm. He picked up on her shit as soon as he seen her do it, perfected it, and then mixed the mana with the key immediately and got better. It's only on the 3rd episode, and I'm just like, yes, this shit's getting good.
I'm gonna watch that. That's crazy.
He is just super powered. Another isekai that I love that came out is called Re-Monster.
This nigga loves isekais like a motherfucker.
It ain't even isekais. If it's an OP main character, I'm gonna watch that bitch. But this nigga, like, first off, how he dies was so fucking interesting that I wanted to know that story more. Because it was just like this one maniac girl just on top of him stabbing him. And you just see him like dead eyes just. He was like, he said, if y'all wondering, that's me. And this girl just like lusted. Just he's like, yeah, so I met this one girl in like an alleyway. It was just random. So he ends up dying and then he reincarnates as a goblin. And when he reincarnates as a goblin, the higher level you get to transform into a different, like a hobgoblin or something like that. So this nigga, first off, it's very, very grapey.
Oh God. Okay.
Because he's a goblin. And you remember that one anime?
I remember.
So they capture the DNA of a goblin is so strong that if it mates with any other race, they will have a baby. So they capture women. And it was one part that was so, honestly, I was ready to drop the anime right then. But they had the girls, they was all surrounded. These niggas was bricked up. I was like, bro, I don't think I want to watch this. But then he saves them, saves the girls, and then changes how this group of goblins handle shit. So he takes over them, like he's literally like 3 months old, and then he's the strongest one there.
Okay.
Nigga, the last episode, this nigga fucked like 7 bitches. I was like, oh, bruh. This nigga went on a mission, smashed the junk, came back with a hickey. All the girls was mad. It was like, bro, we jealous. He was like, oh. And they was like, we want to join in. The whole episode was just him messing with these girls, and you see his move list being used. Like, he was like, triple thrust. Like, I was like, and he learned these moves because every time he eats another monster, he learns a move from them. So sometimes he has to eat a monster multiple times to get the moves that he wants. And he learned like a triple thrust attack from like this unicorn, because it had like 3 horns and it would attack, and then it was it would hit, but it would be 3 hits right then. So this nigga in the bedroom with the girls, and then you hear like, triple thrust. like, libido. I was like, what the fuck am I watching? Gonna continue. So
that sounds right up your alley.
Yeah. It's like 5 isekais that I'm watching right now, but it's another one that I really want to watch. I just want to let a couple episodes build up, but I know I got it like right here.
Yeah, if you're gonna come in talking about random anime, you need the names.
Well, Remonster and Reincarnate is the 7th Prince. That's the name of them.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to give you the name of the one that I want to watch. Now, Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation, that shit was great at one point, but now it's kind of, this season ain't really that interesting to me. Last season was kind of like okay, but it wasn't that good. So this one is just going off of that one, and it's still not going there. Another one that I've already, it was like Chilling in Another World is a level 2. He went to another world, so it's still kind of an isekai. And this nigga, you know how every anime, this one place can't fight the demon lord and basically summons over people from another world, and they end up having like mystical powers. When they looked at his stats, this nigga shit was like 8, 2, 9, 4. They was like, oh, throw this nigga away, put this nigga in the woods. It was like, no, this nigga's weak. And they seen somebody else, he had all like 999s. It was like, oh, bro, this is our hero. Drop this nigga off at the demon woods. Don't tell him shit. Let him die.
What?
That's literally how it starts. And then the main character fought like 2 slimes, leveled up. And then out of nowhere, they were just like, oh, you leveled up, and he was way too overpowered. They just didn't let him level up. Every person comes with like a power, but they like it's like a blessing from the goddess that they'll get like an extra power that people from that world don't get. But when they checked his shit, it didn't show it. It just showed his stats, and he had no special extra power. But his was like just over leveling. So when he levels up, he's way too fucking strong.
Oh, when he levels up, it's more like several levels up?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when he leveled up, and then he got like 50 different moves as soon as he leveled up.
God damn.
And one of them was like purification, and he was near the like forest, and he was just like, oh, I can't walk in there because like, you know how on Inuyasha, like the miasma demon, like they spew miasma, and it's harmful to humans. So he was like, I can't walk into this forest, so I can't go anywhere. And it was like, use purify. He purified the whole forest and then over leveled up like 900 times.
God damn.
And then now this nigga's just like way too overpowered. He don't even realize it.
That's how it be.
That nigga's like, it was just like, you leveled up. He was like, take off notifications. I was like, facts, nigga, that's too much. So he don't even know that he's strong. He fought against like another demon, and he was like, my nigga, you like that, bro. I'm like one of the top 4s. You beat me easily. This nigga he said gravity. How should I beat this person? And this bitch was just struggling. She kept trying to do moves. She was like teleport. No, that shit was just not working. He was just like, man, I don't want to subjugate this girl. Huh. When I was in my other world, and she just over here struggling the whole time, I was like, bruh, let the move go. All right. It's called Unnamed Memory. That's the one that I want to watch. I didn't really read into it. It's just that, you know, on Crunchyroll, it'd be like 2004 simulcast that came out for this season. Mm-hmm. It just shows you all of the ones that came out. And those were the ones that were like the front runners. So Remonster, Reincarnated as a Seventh Prince, Reincarnated as a Slime, Black Butler, Mushoku Tensei, all those, you know, those were just some new ones, and this one's just continuing. Mm-hmm. So I just started watching all of the new ones. And so I'll watch an episode, I'll finish like the two, and then go to the next one, Anyone that caught me, I just kept it and put it in my favorites. And Remonster, Reincarnated is the Prince, and the one when he's like in a new world is level 2. Now, and then I don't know if it's a new season. I didn't really look at it. The regular at the Magic Academy. That's the one I've already seen that one, but I seen like the first season and I loved it. What you should watch. I read the manga, so I know where it goes, and it's hilarious, but it's good. It's called Viral Hit.
Is it on Crunchy?
Yeah. Basically, it's about this kid. He gets picked on. He can't fight, and then he goes on a YouTube video. It's a dude with like a chicken head that teaches you how to fight.
What the fuck?
And he does the moves when he goes to school to fight a bully, and it works. And then now niggas think he's too strong. And then now they like the real bullies come to fight him. And he's just like, all right, I need to go on YouTube. It's funny at first, but it gets really good later.
Oh, I did see this. I did want to watch this. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and save this because I was like, I don't know what this is, but this seems like it'll be hilarious.
It's hilarious, but it gets very, very good.
Okay.
That's one of those other manhwas that I was reading. It is very fucking good.
Yeah, I'm going to watch this.
Yeah, I think it was another one from Crunchy that I wanted to throw at you. Oh, Windbreaker. Watch that.
I think that was another one that I was looking at too.
That first
did
episode
these both come out this anime season?
Yep. Windbreaker only got 2 episodes. It might be 3 now. I just didn't watch the 3rd episode yet.
It is 3, and I forgot this is one of the ones on my wish list.